I don't know.
Okay.
I sent her the link about half an hour ago. So.
No, I need
The show must go on.
We'll talk about
one of my favourite Queen songs.
Jartan's problems. It's just easier that way.
Can we talk about the country that I live in problems instead of mine?
Yeah, no, that's
Well,
the theme of today.
How big is the country itself? I mean, if the country's problems are your problems too.
Brenna,
I just live here.
The thing with Sweden is it's long, but it's not got much girth.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Well, too much girth is a bad thing.
You have to make do with what you got.
Too much girth is a bad thing. Look at the United States. We're all girth.
Yeah, but see, that's where Britain makes up for it, because we've got like a nice bit of girth, a bit of length, but at the same time we've got a little tickly bit just down the outside.
Not the tickly bit.
Oh, you gotta be careful about that.
Mm-hmm.
How do you clean the tickly bit?
Well, I don't know.
That's where you start running into like UTI. Like you start getting infections.
Well, our tickly bit is Northern Ireland, and they'll just do something drastic over there.
Oh well, they're dipped in alcohol. So, can we do Twitter handles again, please?
Yep.
No problem. We keep telling people to reach out to us, but then Mike Damon is the only way.
Right.
Yeah.
Let's see what
I can't remember mine.
And one more little bit of housekeeping. If you guys are listening and you still haven't given us your damn shipping address, I'm gonna need you to do that. So I can send out your sticks. No stickums.
Patrons.
Yeah, patrons.
Patrons, not just random people. I don't really care where the random people live.
At this point, I might send it to them.
Yeah. Do you know what? Should we just give Brenna's home address out and get the randoms to send her stuff?
There we go.
No.
That's easier, I think.
I will kill each and every one of you by hand.
Wow.
It's not like we didn't deserve it.
Brenna Ninja Duncan.
Yeah, there you go.
Did you ever played Assassin's Creed? A bit like that.
Alright. Yeah, I was gonna open my door one day and she's gonna be there. Hood over. Flick it back.
Why do you think I've been playing Assassin's Creed for years?
Training.
I have to have the double hidden blades, and I'm happy.
Wow. Does anyone remember the film Last Starfighter?
No.
No, I didn't think so. I'm so old.
Jartan,
Basically,
you're muted, mate. Waiting on you, dude.
Nobody's watching your films online, Wayne. Stop trying to promote them on this channel.
The Last Starfighter is an 80s classic.
I do remember it being a movie. I just haven't seen it.
Right, the premise is there's loads of arcade machines around America, and it's about this space battle game, and whoever does the best at the space battle game is recruited by an alien race, because it's a ruse to get them to pilot their last starfighter to save their planet.
Right in the name. All right, Jartan, we shall soon.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Bin Podcast. Hey, Internet, we've missed you. It's Bin's Day, everybody. Mike is here, Wayne is here, Brenna's back. It's a hoot and a half and a fucking holiday. It's fantastic.
Party.
What are we drinking?
Well,
I don't care. I stopped smoking, so I hate everybody.
I'm having a meal replacement shake. It's called Jim Beam Peach and Ginger Beer.
Mm-hmm. And Jartan, it'd be better if you ask someone instead of just throwing it out, so we're not being rude and talking over each other.
You're supposed to be a host.
Yeah, host.
No, I don't care. I quit smoking. Fuck you guys.
Yeah,
right.
He's gonna be a little bit grumpy.
Yeah,
I'm on the.
I'm not grumpy. Fuck you.
It's okay. It happens to all of us.
Drinking water.
Sure.
And all right. And I'm
Waterloo. Look at it's a play because it says Waterloo and it's water
from the loo.
From the loo.
It's toilet water.
Yeah,
I get
that's
it now.
exactly what it is.
It's a triple entendre. I get it now.
Yeah.
All right.
Also a really bad ABBA song.
All right.
And a
I
general
quit smoking.
something.
So can we talk about me now?
Wow! Oh my god!
Damn, feisty. Go ahead, Jartan.
So,
Tell.
Jartan, I just gave no. I'm
Nicotine
sorry,
pads are
Jartan.
sucking.
I just gave you the biggest layup ever. I said it's an ABBA song. Where are ABBA from?
There it
That's
was.
to you, sir.
That was off the glass. But
Yeah.
what do you
all
You
right.
gotta tip it in. Just to...
I totally missed that. All right. So, ladies and gentlemen, what
So
we're gonna
Wayne,
do
what are you
today-
drinking today?
All right, I'm gonna shut the
Wait,
fuck up
what's
now.
going on in your country? Kidding. Let's talk about America. I'm kidding.
So there was a
Nobody-
tornado in Chicago. If we want to talk about that.
Cows were loose in Los Angeles.
Well, no, wait a minute. I'm sorry, Jartan. I kind of do want to hear about this. There was
Were they on fire? Were they on fire? I want to know if they were on fire first.
flame broiled cows running the
Wow.
streets of.
Deadly-
Well, considering the amount of methane they contain, I wouldn't be surprised.
So were they just like did like a gate came down off the back of like a trailer, and then like all the cows were like, yo, we could just walk out of here.
It was pretty close to that. So what happened was there was a slaughterhouse in Los Angeles that had a bunch of cows, which we have a lot of cows here in California, especially the middle part because there's land. So they actually ended up like basically breaking out of this slaughterhouse and just running rampant through neighborhoods in Los Angeles. So that was if we were going to do a regular everyday kind of Bins Day episode, I would be doing that one as a lighter note. But yeah, I thought it would just be funny to mention that there were cows running loose in Los Angeles.
It's funny that cows have finally woken up to what's going on. They're seeing their mate getting stunned in the head, and they've actually turned around and gone, I don't fancy that, lads. should we do one?
There's
You know,
a gate.
Hey,
We all know.
each one of us is 4,000 pounds. What do you think that gate is
Mhm.
rated for? Probably not all
Yeah.
of us.
It's like, and if it was in the middle of fire season, it would be the world's biggest barbecue.
This
Yeah.
is very true.
What happens when the slaughterhouse like catches on fire from the inside and that smoke gets trapped, and you get
Oh.
a whole smoker situation?
It's
Yeah, it's the world's biggest sear.
They broke into a lumber yard and then they just fucking locked the
But
gate.
have
They always
to
locked
be
the gate
very,
and just
very
lit a match
careful.
and just said, "All right, we're good here."
You cannot overdo steak. Like if
No.
it's just a little.
Whoa.
No.
You
No,
can't
we're
overdo
not
steak.
going to do
Right.
that because
No,
we
you
have
can't, like I'm saying that
no,
there's a
no.
point.
We
Okay.
can't even go into steaks because that's going to take us forever, right?
I
We
bet
can
you-
do a whole steak.
I
We're
bet
gonna
you
take a
Wayne
whole-
eats his steak well done. I bet you he does. I'm looking at him. I'm betting he does.
No.
Get out.
2 minutes, 2 minutes, done.
You
That's it.
gotta- Salt, pepper.
All right.
Don't do anything else to it.
What?
Yeah,
Sear,
just leave it.
sear.
Be brave.
Finish
Be brave.
it. Finish it in the oven. Boom.
Whoa.
No! Stop!
Juicier.
Stop! I told you. It's going to take us forever because all of you are wrong. But we're not going to talk about steak.
I
because
love a
have-
ribeye. Ribeye is my favorite.
Yeah, all right,
I'm
but
a
you need to
fillet.
shut the fuck
I'm
up.
a
You
lady. I love
don't
me some
even
fillet.
know how to cut steaks, right?
Ooh, a New
So
York
it's
strip
not
is nice.
It's an entrecôte, for fuck's sake. Can you stop talking now so we can actually get to what we're doing?
Filet mignon.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Definitely.
a fillet. Gotta have a fillet.
And you keep
Alright.
that peppercorn sauce away.
Only Worcestershire.
All right, I know that you're yanking my chain, but I just quit smoking and I'm starting to get a bit stressed here now.
Okay, I'll mute myself. There we go.
Okay, so here's the deal.
I
So
won't.
there is stop. We have a parliamentary crisis. I've been reading up on this shit quite a lot. I have a very predetermined position on this, but I'm going to leave that for now. What I'm going to do is I'm going to try to lay it out for you as objectively as I can, and then I'm going to give you rules to play. And then you have to find out what position your party is taking. Right? So let's do this. The leader of the centrist party is a woman and she's a redhead. So I'm going to give that to Brenna.
Oh, I thought I had that one in the bag.
I'm sorry, dude.
I mean, Mikey, you'd probably do very, very well.
I wonder what part he's going to give me.
And the left is going to go to Wayne.
I'm surprised.
You don't want that one.
Oh, I do.
And the Prime Minister, the Social Democrats, is going to Mikey.
Oh, bullshit. Recount. Recount.
All right. So these are your rules. So now I'm going to try to lay this out without having my bias into this. I'm going to try to do this objectively. I'm probably going to fail, but I'm going to do my best. Okay?
You fail? What?
Fuck off!
You failed to get emotional.
I've actually tried to read up on this and tried. I'm going to try.
Hey man, reading's hard.
Okay.
I'm trying to get you to relax. It doesn't have to be so formal. Calm down. Take a breath. Laugh at my obviously funny jokes.
It's not funny.
Worse.
And babe, can you please get me a shot?
No.
No, he's fine. No, we can barely understand him as is. He does not need alcohol.
Yeah.
No, she's just shaking her head. I'm done.
Yeah, good.
So here's the deal. Back in January 2019, there was the January agreement because we could not get between the two blocks that we have, the Alliance and the Red and Greens, we could not get a clear majority. So you had something called the January Agreement, which is an agreement that consists of 74 different points. This is the agreement made between the Social Democrats, which is Mikey, the Central Party, which is Brenna, the Left Party, which is... there you go. Wayne actually got something right. And the Liberals. We're not going to really care about the Liberals for this discussion because they're not really central to this discussion, right?
I want to be the
But
Liberals.
these are the four. And also the environmental part is also part of this agreement, but to this discussion, they're not really part of it, so we're going to leave them out. It's a 74-part agreement on why the Central and the Liberal Party joined the leftist bloc to create an actual sitting government who has a majority. So why Brenna joined with Mikey and Wayne to join a sitting government who has a majority in Parliament. Because we needed Brenna to have a majority in Parliament. But for her, who came from more of a centrist point of view, not a leftist, to join this, she had a few things that she wanted us to agree to.
Some concessions.
First of all, she wanted us to not have a rent cap on newly built rental apartments. Right? And number two is
kind of thing.
Yeah, free market kind of thing. And number two, she also, for her to agree to this, and the real liberals also, but mainly because you're about 4 times as big as the liberals, you said the left will not have a voice in anything that the government says. They can only be a supportive party, but they will not have a voice in this.
Sounds like I'm winning and people are doing shitty shit to help me win.
Sounds like I'm being banned and gagged and put in a corner.
And then then Wayne comes in and he says, "We are agreeing to this, but we have one line in the sand. It's the rent cap. If you go through with a rent cap, if you go with market rents, if you actually go through with this, we are not going to support you anymore. We are actually going to agree to the fact that the Central Party said, that Brenna said to Wayne, You will not have anything to say about anything. We're actually going to agree to this as long as you don't go through with a market-controlled rent on newly built apartments.
I can see where the problems lie.
Mm-hmm.
So, then the Social Democrats, they go out and they say, well, at least we have to look at the possibility of, we have to look at what happens if we have market rent on newly built apartments. What happens if we do that? So we're going to start investigation into this. The investigation comes back and they start looking at it. Wayne says to Mikey, what are you doing? This was our line in the sand.
What are you doing?
This
This
was
is our line in the sand. I don't.
No, what
That's
you're
me.
saying is,
It's
Me.
that's what Wayne is saying. You are the guy trying to keep these two opposites together, right? So Brenna wants market rent on newly built apartments. Wayne does not want that. Brenna is about 3 times as big as Wayne is.
Wow.
In the
I thought it
pants.
I thought it was skinnier.
In Parliament.
Oh,
Oh.
Parliament.
Oh.
Got it.
Yeah.
Power.
I was gonna say.
No,
Parliament
wait,
and
no.
My eyes.
So here's the
Alright.
deal.
Suddenly very dark in here.
So here's the deal. So Mikey, your job now is to convince Wayne and Brenna how to
So Brenna is the centrist, and she doesn't care about the rent cap, but that's Wayne's
No, no,
line
no.
in the sand.
No,
Mhm.
she wants the red cap. That
And
was
Wayne
one
doesn't.
of her. Wayne is the one who does.
No, I want the rent cap.
No,
Brenna
I
doesn't.
don't. I want a free market
Brenna wants.
decide
Brenna wants the.
the rents.
So Brenna,
Exactly.
what
Because
I
that's
need
the
you to do
centrist.
is I need you to not price gouge the people. Wayne is right on this. I need you to come over to Wayne's side.
Didn't I tell him to just shut up? Isn't that what I want him to do? Is not have any say in this?
Right. Well, listen, toots.
Oh! Well, that's all the time we have for today's show. Thank you guys so much for watching.
I think we just got cancelled.
I thought I was getting into a role. I was getting into a role.
That
you
was
know?
in character.
Like
That was
madman
That
role.
was in character. That was in character.
Okay. So what's happened now is that Wayne said, "All right, you've gone through with this proposition. You've done this. I have no confidence in you, Mikey, as a prime minister anymore.
Yeah, well, you're right. For
I
that.
can
Look, do
Like,
not object to that statement.
I honestly
Look how
didn't.
deflated he is.
Honestly, I didn't think I was gonna win in the first place. So
Oh, you're like Trump.
it's been a good ride while it lasted.
Mike is just gonna run off like, "Here's my gummies. I'm done."
Yeah, I have a whole chocolate bar with my name on it.
But here's the deal: you really don't want the moderates and the Swedish Democrats to come into power, do you? You
No.
don't want the right wing to do that. So what you do is like Wayne says, "Dude, I'm not going to be in your corner anymore. I have no confidence in you because the only line in the sand that we put in this 73 agreement was 0.44, which is the one with the market rent on it."
Okay, now hold on right there. Now, Wayne, you deliver that line with passion and conviction. Let me set the scene for you. You're in your office.
Okay.
You're on the
Right.
phone. If you want to grab your phone as a prop, you're on your phone and you're talking directly to me. You've already gone through the assistants. They put you on hold for 10 minutes. Now you're
Right.
here. You're very busy. So now you got me on the phone, and this has just happened. And action.
So, Prime Minister, you schlag.
Shlibbly-gobbly, sheebly-bobbly-blah. Scoobly-blah, scoobly-feebly-blah.
Hurdy-gurdy.
You're allowed to.
catalog.
Everyone find their center. Everyone find their center.
I am the center.
Everyone find your Brenna.
Right. So, Prime Minister, you listen here, you slag. I've been propping you up for all this time, right? And all I wanted you to do was stop this fucking rent cap, right?
Yeah.
And now you're going over to them. I've got no faith in you, bruv. No faith at all.
Well,
so if you want to carry this on, you're done.
Look,
You understand me?
I had
Now
to.
fuck off.
I had to do. Oh, hung up on me. I'm gonna call him back. Ring. Ring.
Yes.
Okay. First of all, it's rude to hang up on people. We can both agree. To
I
that.
didn't. My signal went. We're in Sweden. Not very good.
You know, it didn't say call failed. It said call ended. I'm just really, I really feel like you hung up on me. I really don't feel like it was you.
I'm literally crying.
I really don't think, I really don't think your phone died. I think you hung up on me. That's first off. And then,
to answer that, that's speculation.
Speaking of speculation, I'm really trying to keep me in power. And I need her. Like, I get where you're coming from. I need you too. But way more powerful than you are. And I need her on our side. Our side.
Right. Well, this is one thing I'm not compromising on. Okay. You understand me? All right?
No.
So it's either the rent cap goes or you go.
Well, I think that's a really weird thing to just try to put me out for. Like, I would like your support, and then maybe in the future we can work on that more.
You didn't even want this job in the first place, you slag.
I hang up on him.
You have no and you have no fucking idea how fucking accurate that is.
There you go, the Bin Podcast reenacts Swedish politics.
We won.
What's the YouTube's equivalent to the Oscars?
The tubies.
I don't know. The tubers.
The tubies.
Whoa, I'm not sure you want to go on that. Let me Google tubers.
Is it the deviances?
Oh, Jesus.
All right.
Right.
Okay. So what happens is Wayne goes into Parliament and he says, "I have no confidence in Mikey whatsoever." So Mikey's been voted out, but now Mikey has a week to either have a re-election or to resign. But he has the option of if he resigns, it goes to the Speaker of the House, which then takes rounds again, right? He goes to leader of every party to see who has the most viable alternative for a sitting government. So what happens is that Brenna, she said, I'm going to let the 44th go. The market rent, since we talked last time, Brenna said, no, I don't care about the 44th anymore.
Yeah.
Bring me the cat.
Too much hassle. Too much hassle.
Too much hassle. It's not worth it.
Can't do it. Yeah.
Ring! Yeah. I'm calling Brenna.
Hello? Hello? Can you hear me?
I hung up because I get too nervous.
What's that heavy breathing on that?
I was just shouting.
Oh, okay.
This line is compromised. I go down the street to a payphone and call it from there from the secure line.
What's the clicking sound?
Wearing a dirty Mac with a false arm.
I use a VPN to call her from my laptop.
You're spending way too much time on calling each other from different cell phones. It's disturbing. But even though Brenna said, "No, I don't care about the 44th,"
More important things.
Wayne still says, "I don't have confidence in the Prime Minister, Mikey, because he screwed me over on 73 points, only 0.44. I said, like, that's my line in the sand. He gave Brenna all that she wanted.
Well,
but he didn't do anything for me.
Easy.
Almost.
So right now, this is a scenario.
And then
Hang on, let me get the
We'll call
scenario
Brenna
out.
again.
Let me get the scenario out, right? So I'm in my office. I'm pacing up and down. I'm talking to my assistant. She's sitting there with a scribe. She's taking down my notes. Right, you tell that little cunt that he sold me out one too many times. I'm not having it. Right? If he doesn't turn it over, I'm out. He's out.
Yeah, but you have 11 out of 349 seats in Parliament, dude. 11.
11 more than you.
I send Wayne a fruit basket.
And Brenna has almost 3 times that. She has, I think, 28, 29, something.
I send Brenna an edible arrangement.
But here's the deal. But here's the deal, mate. Right? Mikey's angry with Wayne, and he's calling Wayne irresponsible for having the government fall during a worldwide pandemic.
Yeah, Wayne. There's a lot. Hold on. I'm calling Wayne again. Ring.
Hello. Hello.
Yeah. Mate. So I get the whole no confidence thing. I get you don't like how I'm running things, and you have your while some are valid disagreements with the way that I'm governing.
Okay. I appreciate the call.
I'm gonna call back and leave a message. Look, I don't know if your service dropped out again, but it seems like you hung up on me again. I just want to let you know, like, Jartan really needs to mute his mic when he's taking hits off his vape. He's new to this, and he's just making the loudest hissing sound on the planet. And also, I just wanted to let you know, like, I don't know if you remember COVID, but it's still a thing. I don't know if it's good for the country for you to just, like, upset the apple cart right now. Yeah, let's have our fight. Let's have our disagreement. But at the same time, about this a little bit after we get our numbers under control. All right, that's all I had to say. You're probably not even, but miss you. Then I hang up.
Oh, new voicemail.
Oh God.
Oh, that's
Who listens to voicemails?
I love you.
Well, that's a load of rubbish because I take a vitamin D supplement and I have a vegan diet, so I'm immune to it all. What's he talking about? Jartan, continue.
But here, yeah. So here's the deal, right? So Brenna's got a foot in both camps, all right? She's basically a part of the alliance. So she used to be. Yeah, she used to be a part of the moderate bloc. She used to be a part of the moderate bloc, but because of the January agreement, she's reluctantly had Mikey's back. Brenna now has 2 choices. She can go back to the moderate bloc and the alliance, or she can stand by the sitting government and keep having Mikey. Mikey now has to convince Brenna that he's a better alternative than the moderate leader. And there we go.
Yeah. Decline. Sorry.
I call again.
No. I'm the moderate leader. I'm gonna call Brenna.
Oh, here we go.
Let it taking my calls.
Ring,
Should I
ring,
text maybe? Okay.
ring.
Okay. Hello.
Hi. Hey,
She's
it's
done
from
an
the
accent.
right. It's me from the right. Hey, how you
Hey.
feel about getting the alliance back together?
I'm kind of in the center of that. I don't know if I want to go which. I don't know. You have to convince me. I'll wait.
We teamed up with the Nazis. Come on, it's a good idea. It always worked in the past.
Flip that, tons of mice.
Can we just give a shout out to Tons of Mice, please?
Yeah.
Because
Working hard.
Tons of Mice is a grafter. I don't know how much we can say, but will not be here for the next live show.
We love
But has
you.
been an amazing friend and asset, and helping us humiliate ourselves more than we do every week.
Time and time again. Time and time
Yeah.
again.
We have
Yeah. So, thank you, Tons.
All right. Before we continue this charade, let's go to mid-roll, and you all think about what your party leader would say, as you, of course, when you have this discussion. Let's have like a debate about it afterwards. Now you sort of have the outline and try to come up with how to debate this from the point of view of your party, from what the information I have given you. All right.
I think I might need to get changed.
No,
to
don't vote for
roll.
me. Never. Take that away from the screen. Don't ever vote for me. If you ever see my name on a ballot, don't vote for me. It's a bad day for everyone.
He'll
Right,
hate it, and it's funny. So
All right. Go for Brenna.
me.
Mid roll.
Why? Why
it is
would anybody wanna
mid-roll
listen to-
time.
Why would anybody want to listen to this?
You're the
Okay.
moneymaker on the show. That's why we put you out in front.
Moneymaker. Okay.
Wow.
Great.
Mikey the Progressive.
You can't
was-
argue that she's
I
not
mean-
cuter than us. Like, we should put her out in front. Oh, yeah, be upset all you want, Wayne, but you know the truth deep in your heart.
I mean, we're all gorgeous people.
Yeah.
We're all beautiful.
What a
We're
very-
all beautiful in our own way.
Wow.
Yeah. How you feeling
That's a
now?
burn.
How you feeling now,
Special.
Wayne?
I'm gonna go and get my buff Anthem and cover it all over me. Get rid of these burn marks.
Does anyone have? Can Google Lead send out some aloe vera to the host of the Bin Podcast?
Yeah.
We just got 3rd-degree burns from Brenna.
That's what we do in California.
Burn.
Oh.
Shit. We burn, baby, burn.
You set
Okay.
on fire.
All right, everybody.
And apparently, you also had cows running around.
Yeah, you missed that, don't you? You want to come over here. You want to enjoy our cows. Just
They're
running
not
those-
chickens.
No. Yeah, exactly.
We have
They
to.
might put up too much of a fight.
Yeah, but they're not free.
Cows are terrifying. Anyone stood next to a cow, it's the scariest animal you'll ever meet. So, wow, you're really big and stupid. You could probably fall on me and kill me.
Yeah, don't mess with cows. Just let them roam.
Anyway, mid roll.
I've been trying to. You guys have been disturbing me.
Yeah, stop
I
it.
can't work in this environment.
HR?
Where's HR? Okay, there we go. It's better this way. Anyway, so please help us out. There are a few ways that you can. The first way, very easily, is to go on YouTube, go on Twitch, go on to Facebook, like, share, subscribe, and just get us out there and tell your friends. Word of mouth helps us. If you don't want to be a freeloader and you want to help us out, you go to patreon.com/TheBinPodcast and you become one of our patrons, because we not only will tell you your name if you become one of our new patrons, but we also, as Mikey said at the top of the show, that we need your addresses so that we can send you special things,
Stickers.
maybe even handwritten love notes
Ooh.
from Wayne.
Ooh.
And we got some new stickers coming in, and everybody just
Oh.
absolutely loves them.
We'll put a patron poll on Patreon. I'll let the audience decide.
So make sure you go.
Yeah.
Make sure.
How did that work for Brexit?
How dare you call our patron the British? What an insult.
Sorry, Brandon. I'm going to mute myself.
What I have to work with. This is why you have to give us money so that we can do better things.
Is there any Patreon exclusive content that people can look forward to?
Oh yeah. There will definitely be some possibly non-sober Brenna behind paywalls. So if you want to watch that, and me and Mikey, calm down. I'm not going to tell it about it until we start getting it, but there will be only exclusive content behind Patreon. So you must become a patron in order to see me and quite possibly a beautiful beautiful, lovely friend of the show
No, it's
join.
official.
We will. What?
Y'all are besties now. You called her beautiful on air. Yeah, she's definitely doing.
I've said that before.
Oh boy.
Wow. Thanks. Anyway, I thought I did.
You literally just said, "I'm sorry."
I thought I called you.
We're all
pretty. We're all beautiful in our own way. Please, just join Patreon.com. Give us $1 and you'll get to hear your name. Or if you have a podcast or something, you join and then we shout out your podcast name, just like we have for a few of ours, such as I don't know, Utah Outcasts, something like that, maybe. Wink, wink, nudge.
Yep, the Stephen Larson podcast going in raw. They've put us over and raided us many a time on the
so
Twitch.
That's what we need from you guys out there, is to join our Patreon. $1, $5, $10, whatever you can afford, whatever you can give us. Or if you can't, share, subscribe, tell everybody, download it onto your podcast catcher, as I do. I'm probably one of 3 subscribers. And so
I think I'm the other 2.
Probably.
Are we on Castbox?
And give us a good rating.
Yes, we are.
Then I'm a subscriber too.
All
right. So here's the deal. Well done. So here's the deal. We are now going to have a live debate. I'm going to be the moderator. I'm going to ask you questions, and you're going to answer these as the leaders of your respective party out from their perspective and from what I have given you, right?
Mm-hmm.
All right. So
can I just say there's no appreciation from the fact that I've got into role even more by wearing my socialist red progress shirt.
I have no idea when you had the time to actually go and change the shirt. Just give me.
To be fair, it was on the era, which is just here.
He went when I was doing my thing, so he just left. He left.
No, I didn't.
Me.
Brenner.
Wow.
I'm telling you, my era is here.
Era.
What do you hang clothes on to dry?
All right. So here's the deal. Mr. Prime Minister Mikey. Mr. Prime Minister Mikey. Mr. Wayne told me.
Top of the hair.
So, Miss Prime Minister Mikey, Mr. Prime Minister Mikey, Mr. Wayne told you in January 2019 that if you went forward with this market-controlled rent system for newly built apartments, he would vote you out of office. Why did you still go through with it?
Because does not hold as much power as Brenna, so I had to stay. I couldn't risk losing Brenna.
But Brenna, you put this out there, even though you knew that Wayne was against this. You also put that in there that you would object to Wayne having anything to say with anything that the government did. But now you've said, I don't care about the 44th. I don't care about market rents anymore. I'm willing to do that, but that's only after Wayne actually put the government down. Why have you now changed positions?
Because that's I can switch to see where things are going, where the government is going to end up. So if liberals are out of power, then I may find it easier to go over to the non-liberal side. Because I'm here with this power. And I can go, well, maybe I don't have to have everything. That is loud and obnoxious.
Yeah, it's fucking
Oh,
loud.
sorry.
He's shushing me. He's shushing me.
It's like an anti-unreverse.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, okay. But Mikey, you are the Prime Minister. You are in power right now. But you are calling Wayne irresponsible for having a vote of no confidence against you during a global pandemic. You're saying that's irresponsible of him.
Yeah, because that's the way for me to pump up support. Even
you are being very bad at giving actual answers to my questions. You are just,
I think I answered like I need to say that because
no, but
the COVID is a great excuse to excuse my behavior, so I'm going to use it. Why would I not?
Okay, Wayne, you brought that the government.
Yep.
You took, the conservatives and the Nazis with you, and you were like, "Hey, I'm on the left, but I'm going to take the brown jackets and bring down the government. Now I'm going to cooperate with the Nazis to bring down a socially democratic government."
Mm-hmm.
Because of what? Why did you do that?
Because my principles state that I don't want the average working human to be persecuted by the free market capitalist idea of we can charge as much as we like, where we like, because my principles are looking after the people as a whole and not just playing to the gallery because it's popular. No, I want to look after everyone, not just one particular group. So, yeah. And when it comes to politics, you've got signposts and you've got weather vanes. And I'm a signpost. End of.
But this is only on newly developed rental apartments. And it's only going to affect 1% of the population who actually rent apartments.
Yeah, but at the same time, as development goes on, the old apartments will be demolished and making way for new ones. So, like boomers, eventually they'll die off. So, as the new stock comes into play, that means the rent control will be in place to stop people gouging, to stop foreign investors coming in and just buying up flats and apartments for the people that live here and them just scraping off the cream. And meanwhile, our population are sitting there having to work longer hours for less money, for less job satisfaction, and for less, just life enjoyment. So I want to make sure that people keep more money in their pockets rather than it going off to foreign investors or hedge funds or anything like that, to make sure that they can enjoy their life here in Sweden and then spend their money in Sweden, keeping our economy going. And that way we can reinvest that money into building more apartments that are more affordable. That way we can all live a nice, harmonious life. There you go.
All right, Brenna, why should the market regulate the rents?
So that market should because of building more. So if we build these beautiful towers of apartments with modern
Shut up, Wayne.
the modern high rises or whatnot. This is why I can't work with these guys. Anyway, that if the market says, hey, there's so many people out there who want these, we need to allow the prices to be fluctuating so that those people who can afford it will go and buy those, and then we can take that and we can build more. So it really benefits. Wayne. Don't.
She's really fucking trying. Come on, give her a break.
I'm doing very close to this. Because we want to see more. We want to see building of more. We want to see more of these because the people who are building these buildings will benefit from the rent, the land leasing. I have no idea really the Swedish economy.
Oh, you're nailing it.
Yeah, I mean, in reality, it's like if the more you build, the better it is for the people who own the land. So I don't know who happens to own the land.
So let me ask Wayne something.
Okay.
The guy who's the asshole.
Mm-hmm.
So Wayne, what about the?
Well, you just got outed by him, so yeah.
What about the landlords, Wayne?
What about the landlords?
They deserve to make a buck too.
Yeah, but they're earning money as it is.
Yeah, but you're going to drastically much money the land.
No.
Stopping it.
No, all you're doing is capping profit.
Right.
Which is done in many different markets.
Right, but you're capping the profit of, which is currently hurting their business.
Who are the people that are building these apartments? Are they just like mum and pop developers, or are they multinational corporations that do it purely to get investment into their FTSE floated company or their Dow Jones floated company?
Does it matter?
Yes. I'm looking at my idea is a more circular economy. Yours is a more second law of thermodynamics economy, whereas you're extracting as much as you possibly can, but there's a finite amount of resource. What my proposal is with the rent cap is that what you do is that money gets reinvested into the land rather than someone coming along and taking it out.
Then Jartan forgot to mute.
It just said
Jesus.
It's not.
But what
you just got a beard.
What I'm saying is, so why can't these landlords or these developers make any money? Saying that they can only make a certain amount of money. What says that they can only make a certain amount?
Okay, as an employee of a company, you can only make a certain amount of money. So what makes it fair that the boss can extract as much money as they can from the company, and over the course of many years, the multiplier between the person at the bottom of the employee scale and the person at the top has been doing this, when we could have stayed here and everyone was fine.
Well, is it illegal for me to do that?
It's not illegal, but I personally feel it's immoral, and that's why I'm trying to put in my rent cap.
Well, I mean,
and that's why you have.
Seems like you're trying to legislate morality.
No, I mean, if I'm looking at the German model as well. a lot of people purely rent in Germany.
Speaking of
And-
multinational, yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, but Germany have more social social responsibilities. Not more. How am I putting this? They put more morality into their infrastructure, whereas what you're proposing with the unfettered rents is that you're just going to be gouging the people that work in your company.
Well,
So if the people that work in your company can't afford to pay the rent, who's going to live there?
so I mean, so what you're saying is it's not okay for me on property during a pandemic.
Where
which-
people are losing their jobs. Yes.
Okay.
Over to you, Bruno.
all right. I thought I was gonna make a better job of this because I actually thought that I put this out in a very objective way. But the only one who actually had and wait, I have to say you were spot on. You were spot on what the leader of the left actually said in her speech. You're like spot on.
Wow.
Brenna as well.
And scene.
Yeah, it was fantastic, and I tried to not have because I don't know. Well, if our viewers, which are decimated by 1/10, because we're talking about speed, but fuck that. I said last week that the left fucked up by putting us into this crisis in the middle of pandemic. I have totally changed my mind. I do not vote for left. I vote for the Social Democrats. But what I said last week, I have totally changed my mind. I think the left is well in their rights to do what they have done based on the parameters given. I did not know enough last week. I've read up on it. I've listened. I had to change my mind. I was wrong last week when I told the left to fuck off. I was way off. Because the left has been screwed over time and time and time. They've been a doormat for the Social Democrats. They actually entered into agreement where one of the points in agreement is that they have nothing to say about the politics of the government. And they still fucking agreed to it so that we could have a government. They went out and they said, but if you do the market-based rents on newly developed apartments, we will bring you down. Mikey, as the fuck off that he is, actually started investigating on what would happen if we actually did that. He kept on going down that road.
Very brave.
Right? Yeah. So Wayne told Mikey, if you do this, this will happen. Mikey still did it, and now he goes like, Wayne, why are you doing this? And Wayne's like, I fucking told you, dude. I told you. If you yes, I told you this will happen if you do this. So the only one that I feel like actually has stand for something in this, right, is Wayne. He said,
I quit the whole fucking show. Wayne's the hero.
No. My character.
Yeah. No. I'm talking about the character. I'm talking about the left.
I was
the
about
left
to say,
part.
boo! I quit the show if Wayne's the fucking anti-hero.
Yeah, don't give me fuck all.
I worked
No. I would never pull a line between Brenna and Annie. I'm telling you, Annie is an absolute fucking cunt. And except for the hair color and gender, there is no equivalency between Annie and Brenna at all.
The hair color and sex.
Gender.
We don't have time.
Okay.
They're both cisgender females.
I'm not getting into debate with you.
Yeah.
What? No,
Actual difference.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
What are you?
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Wait. What are you drinking now? What is this you're drinking with a fucking coffee stirrer?
I have no idea.
He has like a
But it's
personal bartender there, and it's
no.
it's
Half.
I'm like bullshit. I didn't get a personal bartender.
No, Mikey. Half of it is a spilled glass of prosecco.
Wow.
Prosecco.
I misheard that. I thought you said this half glass of spilt potential, which worried me. This is my specimen cup.
It's a lot of
no.
All right.
Fill it up to the
No.
line.
So here's my 2 cents. I tried to get a social democrat. I've emailed everybody. I've had
Check my
podcasters.
inbox.
I actually had a guy. He was supposed to come on, but he had to record his own podcast, which makes 3,200 euros per episode, and I offered him a bottle of wine, so I can sort of know why he went for his.
Let's raid him. Let's raid him.
I mean, maybe you should have sent him a bottle of prosecco.
Yeah, but what we're gonna do is I'm gonna try to have him on for a Patreon exclusive because he is a social democrat. He is a fantastic guy, and he can give us some insight on this. And I'll try to get him on sometime during this weekend, or at a time on pre-recorded. I'm just to have a discussion about this because I thought I was doing a way better job explaining why the Social Democrats, because there is a big divide here between the left, the Social Democrats, and the right. But I might have made a butchery out of making the Social Democrats look good.
To be fair, mate, you gave us generic roles, and we sort of made a hash of it as to what was going on. So the thing is, when it comes to politics, especially about a different country, it's much harder to interpret it through one person's eyes.
Right.
So we watch our own national politics, and we can make a summation of it. But trying to then disseminate that to people that don't live here is so hard. So you did a very good job, my friend, in my opinion.
Yeah,
thank you. I did the best I can. I just figured out what it is. It's a Lynchburg lemonade with a dash of prosecco.
No.
Yeah, Lynchburg lemonade is bourbon.
Don't argue with the woman. Do you want your next fucking drink to have arsenic in it? Just drink it and say thank you.
No.
Yeah.
From what was going on in the pre-show, it's going to have a Rehypnol in it.
As long as I can have a cigarette, I don't care what's in it.
You don't get a cigarette. You don't need a cigarette.
Oh, that's
Don't do it.
No. But for her needs.
No. You don't need any more cigarettes. You have all the nicotine.
Yeah.
It is a bad habit of smoking. You don't need the habit. Let it go. Just consider it gone.
All right. So, but here's the deal. I love you guys fantastically and currently, and thanks for going along with this. Thanks for assuming the roles.
Time out. How dare you doubt our acting chops? We are all nominated for several awards in our Shakespearean, our Dungeons and Dragons.
I'm well known.
No.
She lives in LA.
No.
Yeah.
Wayne and Brenna was actually, making. You were like, no, I just want to stay in power, and that's what I did. You were pragmatic about it. You were not even trying to be a fucking politician about it, dude.
Oh, way to be meta, okay?
Yeah.
They were actually trying. You motherfucker.
You gave me the guy with the fucking worst fucking ideas. What did you want me to do?
Hang on a minute. Jartan, I can't believe you're shocked after our Halloween episode when you couldn't distinguish between me and actual Idris Elba.
Yeah, I know.
Fair enough.
Mikey was asking for my autograph online.
Yeah. He never sent it, by the way.
Yeah, that's rude.
Oh.
Okay, I have a question, Jartan, because this is still an ongoing thing.
Yep.
What should we look for in the next few days, weeks? What are we supposed to be? What is our role in this?
So what's going to happen now is by Tuesday, our prime minister has to decide if he's going to do a re-election or give it back to the Speaker of the House. As I said, going back to the Speaker of the House is that he goes to every leader of every party in Parliament and try to find the most viable option for a sitting government. I think that with the left kind of saying like fuck off, uh, the center saying we're going to stand by the agreement, the liberals sort of being like we don't care, we got like 4 mandates, we'll go which other way. But then you have the real problem. You have Ulf Kristersson, which is the leader of the moderate party. You have the Christian Democrats and the Swedish Democrats, which really want to get into power, like badly. If the Swedish Democrats, the Christian Democrats, and the moderates go together, they will have very close to a majority, which basically means that we will have a Nazi party in government. Because Jimmy is the third big, like the Swedish Democrats is the third biggest party in Sweden.
Oh God.
The moderates really need them on board, but they're not going to go down easily. Like if they don't get mandates, if they don't get ministry posts in the government, they're not going to do what left did. Like we're just going to be a supporting.
This is a power grab, effectively.
Yeah. So, and this is why the left has been criticised by the Social Democrats, is because they're giving this power grab to the right, right?
Yeah.
So now they're giving this, so the moderates can go together with the Christian Democrats and the Swedish Democrats and say, we are going to take over. We can create a majority government, which basically means that we will have a far right government. The difference between the left and the Swedish Democrats is that the Swedish Democrats have almost 18% support amongst the people, while the left only has 4%.
Oh, big difference.
So this sounds like if they were to team up, because this is like horseshoe.
Yeah.
Theory.
So if the moderates, the Christian Democrats and the Swedish Democrats team up, right? The Swedish Democrats won't do what the left did. Like if the moderates say, "Hey, we're going to do like a general agreement with these points, but you won't have a say in it," the Swedish Democrats will go like, "Fuck you, dude. We have 18% of the vote." Right? They would say, we want 3 ministry posts, we want 4, we want, we want these posts, we want this much influence, right?
So,
yeah.
Sorry. Can I just try and sort of surmise in my head what I'm thinking? It's from what you're saying is the centrists and the liberals are sort of in bed with their sort of corporate overlords. Whereas the left is trying to stand up for the people, but the only way that they can stand up for the people is by bringing on the far right. And then these two are going to butt heads. And the only way that they can even form a government is by submitting ministerial posts to the far right to be able to obtain power.
Did I actually get that across?
Yeah.
Good.
Really clear.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Yes, exactly that.
So so you could possibly end up with a far right government
because the left stood on this one point.
This one little issue got the left riled up enough to get rid of the one person standing in the way of having a right-wing government.
Yes, and this is where the big fucking issue is. So now all of a sudden, because the leader of Motors said, we are willing to cooperate with the brown shirts, right? The Nazis. We are willing to cooperate with them. But remember, the Nazis have 18% of the vote. They are not Yeah, they're not a 4% party like the left is. So if
Sorry, let me interject there, Mikey. Why do you say that's ridiculous?
The fact that there's still modern day humor that's important.
Do you remember the last 4 years in your country?
No.
No, I drank.
There's a lot of drinking involved.
I drank
A
heavily.
lot of drugs.
So I continually write 26 on all of my documents. I don't remember.
I blame it on the gummies. I blame it on the gummies.
It's just,
I blame it on the gummies.
Hey, Jartan, why don't you pick up some Oh.
Is that an off-air conversation that bled onto on air?
No, but here's the deal. This is a very accurate assessment of this because the left said this is our line in the sand, right? They basically given it to the right. So now it's up to the centrists and the liberals, Brenna, in this scenario, to patch this back together again. This is a clusterfuck beyond recognition because if Mikey does not patch this up in some way, the Social Democrats being Mikey in this, right? We might end up having a party bought out of Nazism having ministerial fucking posts in Sweden within the next 6 months.
Yeah.
So the liberals fucked up, and then the Nazis.
You see, this is where I can see what goes on in America, playing out in Sweden, and what goes on here too, in the sense of you have the far left screaming, you have the far right screaming, and then the centrists are all kind of smushed together, but they all kind of want the same thing. They all want they want to leave corporations alone. They want people to make money unfettered, and at the same time, it diminishes the power of the people, which are their base. So these people are being pushed out into these two narrative arcs that then meet in this horseshoe. And the problem you have there is eventually, like what's going on with your scenario, Jartan, is there tends to be more people in the points of that horseshoe than there is down the bottom, because the people down the bottom are fighting amongst themselves, and these two groups are being more prevalent. And now they're sort of like kind of saying, well, if you compromise on this and you compromise on that, we can get in, we can have power.
Right.
But that in turn leads to things like Nazism. That in turn leads to things like what's the bloody word? Not socialism, the other one. Communism. That's the one. And the problem with those two things is them unchecked leads to all sorts of bad things. We've only got to look through history to see where communism and socialism leads when unchecked. But at the same time, we've seen where capitalism leads unchecked. So what we need is a mixture of all these different isms and all these different ideologies to be the checks and balance on each other. But at the minute, what we're doing, because we have this system where it's a popular system. Who's got the most votes? Oh, you're in charge then. And then someone else comes along and says, well, we don't like this idea, but the system we have prevents that check and balance coming in. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, but now that we know what the effects might be, what the final effects for Sweden, which, by the way, do not have the best records when it comes to, collaborating with Nazis. If we look about 8 years back, how would you now handle this crisis? Wayne, if you were still the leader of the left party, would you still
I was never deposed. What are you talking about? I'm still here. So hang on.
But would you still...
Find your Brenna.
Based on the fact that you would send Sweden into a spiral, which actually would give you a right-wing brown shirt government in about 3 weeks, would you still go down that road if you were the leader of the Left Party?
If I were the leader of the Left Party, it would be a case that I personally would be like, look, if you want to do this, you can't do this without me, and I'm going to impose these sort of sanctions, these compromises. This has to happen for this to happen. If you renege on that, then again, I'll pull the plug on it. Because if I have that power as it is now, to be able to bring down the Prime Minister, then so too would I have if the other scenario was possible. So yeah, I would probably go along with it, but try and, because at the end of the day, the principle stands. If you're going to stand on that one particular principle, then you have to see it through. But you have to see it through with no compromises. So basically, you're putting a muzzle on that far right to be able to get through a certain policy that will end up helping the majority of the people rather than benefiting the few, which is where I would be if I stayed where I was. Do you know what I mean?
So let's go to our Prime Minister, Mikey. What could you have done different to not be voted out of power? Where did you go wrong?
I think is it you guys. But the other, aside from that, I think the larger point, you can't move the goalpost in the middle of the kick to affect people. Like you can't go back and apologize and say, "Oh, I only moved it a foot." Then, well, okay, fine. I'll push it back 6 inches. No, you moved the goalpost. That's already bad. You've already lost your moral high ground at that point. That good, bad, or indifferent. I think it's better for everyone. Like if I know Wayne have a meeting at 12 noon tomorrow, it's better that he says I'm not going to make it than to gaslight me, tell me that 12 was a good time to have the meeting. Are you in a good spot to call the meeting? I mean, like it's better to just be honest about your intentions and your actions. At least that way people know how to deal with you. But to try to play both sides towards the middle, it just kind of leaves everybody in the gulch of trying to figure out what the fuck you're talking about.
No, I agree. I agree.
Like if people like he wasn't gonna move on it, they could have voted accordingly and what they. But the fact that he won't give a fucking solid answer on it just makes it harder for the people who are still going to be left in the gulch anyway, which is the renters in the first place.
Yeah, I'll give you.
And real quick, Jartan, the rent cap. Do you have any idea like what the difference in prices was going to be? Because if it was something where it was going to be $100, people were bitching and throwing up this whole thing over $100. That would be one thing. But if it's 3 and 4 times rent, that's something completely. No, exactly. Well, not exactly, but approximate.
No,
of how the rent would change for people.
No, yeah. For people who have who rent in new who will be affected by this policy, it would be based on where you live and where the development is. So
Wayne would be very different.
Very, very, very different. So
transportation, access to things. Yeah.
So what would happen is the development in rural areas would completely stop because it wouldn't be profitable.
Exactly.
Right.
So why would I put up 8 rental apartments in a rural area where I could get 1/8 of a high rise in Stockholm, where I can put out whatever the fuck I want, basically, because people been, selling
Let me
selling that.
let me give you an example of that, just based over here. Now, in London, they advertise rental properties per calendar week. Right? You move out to Essex, it's per calendar month. So
No.
no,
Yeah,
but what
but
I'm
in
saying
Sweden, you have what you have in Sweden is that people have second-hand rental agreements for up to 20 grand. They sell second. They still keep their lease
is,
on the apartment, but they charge you 20 grand for you to rent their apartment secondhand.
yeah,
So,
sublet, yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
sublet. No, I'll
And they
give
charge
you
you 20 grand to do that. They put it out there, and that you can sublet my apartment, but you need to the beds start at 20 grand.
Okay, hold on,
Right?
because I don't feel like my question was really answered. I feel like you
Oh,
guys all
sorry.
had good points, but I think you guys didn't. I feel unfulfilled.
Okay.
So
All right.
how much? So how much?
Welcome to my Mrs. World.
I got one at home. What? How much of a difference in price are we talking here? Like you're saying 20 grand.
Oh,
20 grand
No,
to
no,
what? What
no,
to
no.
what?
That's
Like I need something to sink my
Okay.
teeth into because it's a little too
all right.
nebulous to like
all right.
feel
Yeah.
what you mean.
All right. So based on location and
Numbers.
original, yeah. But this is the point where it gets so hard because
just make an example.
Jartan, you pad, I'll find out for you. Go on.
Yeah.
we would talk in a big city central area. We would talk 200 to 300% rent increase on newly development areas based on today's standards. In rural areas, you would look at the same because the newly development areas would be so fewer. So we are talking about a 2 to 3 times increase on average on newly developed properties meant for rentals.
So and the reason that they were up that this even talked about is because previous structures, previous structures. That's a good sentence to say.
Oh God.
Those places are those still have the cap on them because they
Yeah.
were already built. They are capped at a certain amount. Then all
Yeah.
of the new places, the law was going to say that they could charge 200 to 300% over what the cap is in that area.
So here's the deal. If I own one high rise and I have 100 apartments in that, and the average for one bedroom is this much, right?
X.
Yeah.
Is X. And then I built a new high rise right next to that. Based on the existing law, even if I build a new high rise, a 2-bedroom would still be X.
Okay.
Even if I build a new one. Right? Based on the existing law. But if we take that away, I built a new high rise next to the old high rise. The guys who live in the old high rise would still pay X, but the guys who move into the high rise next to it, that is newly developed, would have to pay X times 2.
Jartan, you're gonna have to do some live translating for me.
All right.
Okay.
Send me send me the link.
No, I'll just read it because it's on my phone. So how much is 1300 KR, whatever your weird?
100 kroner is a US dollar.
Yeah, basically.
Roughly.
So 1300 is about 130 euros.
130 euros.
Yeah.
No, sorry, that's 13,000.
I was about to say it's probably 1,300 euros.
Yeah. Sorry.
That makes sense.
So right, so and a one bedroom apartment in the city centre of Stockholm is 13,000.
Okay.
Yeah, so that's £1,300 or $1,300 approximately.
Yeah, that's a month. That's a month.
Yeah.
One bedroom.
Yeah.
One bedroom. Outside of the city, it's 9,000.
Yeah. So
Right.
£900.
£900, and that's right. This what really done me in. Right. The first thing I found was rent in
Euros.
Stockholm.
Wait. Euros, not pounds.
Yeah, but euros and pounds are
pounds are pretty
about the
similar.
same.
They're pretty similar.
Yeah, so we're just using quid as like we're divided by 10. Well, just to make it easier instead of going
So
like
this is the shocking statistic. All right, rent in Stockholm is on average 40.20% lower than London.
Wow.
That's ridiculous. 40% lower than London.
I must say that's lower than Chicago for sure. Because
That-
like
No, but
a one
we've had this.
a one bedroom in downtown Chicago is easily $2,200.
Yes, but here's the deal. Like we've been able to have people who have, or single parents actually been able to pay rents, have one job, and take care of the kids because of not only socialized medicine and socialized healthcare and childcare and all that, but
Don't rub it in. Don't rub it in. He'll mute you. He'll mute you.
but also because of the rent cap. Also because of the rent cap, we have also had nurses living in the center of Stockholm, not having to spend 3 hours on a bus to go to a hospital to have work, then having to spend 6 hours to go out and get their kids and go back to. We've been able to do that because of the fucking rent cap, right? And this is what the left is fighting for. The fact that people who aren't multimillionaires, right, who aren't don't own Ferraris or fucking helicopters to get their fucking kids from preschool, can actually live in an actual fucking apartment with having 1,000 different jobs and starting the Deviants websites.
He went there.
I don't know why I caught a stray bullet on that. I did nothing to anybody.
He went there, and that was.
Mikey's like, hey,
that was sneaky. That was ninja stuff.
Wow.
So does that mean that the because of this, if you do rent cap, does that make the jobs central? Shut up. Central to these large cities, because you're saying that the profit value of building in some of those rural parts will kind of keep bringing jobs more into these large cities such as Stockholm, because that's where they want everybody to live. So it's really hard to transport humans.
It's the opposite. It's the opposite.
So no, that's not really what I'm saying. What I'm saying is that you already make enough money by people living in Stockholm, right? So if you have a high-rise in Stockholm with 300 apartments and you put one right next to it, you're already making enough money to make that do. But if you right, but if you make so much more profit doing that, and you don't have that rent cap. So if I can take $9,000 for a 2-bedroom outside Stockholm, or 13,000 for a 1-bedroom in Stockholm center, I would never be able to do that in rural northern Sweden, right? That would be maybe £6,000. That would be 600 quid a month at best.
Because that's what the average sort of income is.
Yeah. So income. Okay.
So trying to find a way of saying this that doesn't sound like a complete asshole. So
good luck.
So the rent, let's say for math, the rent cap is 1,000 or 10,000 kroner, right? It's 1,000 US. That's the rent cap. So in that country, I can't make a place that has better amenities. It has a garage. It has all these extras. I can't charge more than 1,000.
Oh, no. So say that there
Like, you know what I mean?
is
Like, I don't want us to sit there and pretend like all apartments are the
Mm.
same. I've lived in a
no.
lot of shitty
Right.
apartments and a lot of great apartments. I know
Right.
why
No.
some cost more.
So here's the so Wayne's built his, Marxist Leninist apartments over there in a brick building. Um,
Wayne, is
you
there
know,
something you want to tell us?
Have
and
some
then
gruel.
and then
You want
Mikey,
more?
Hey,
uh,
sir.
uh,
Hey,
yeah,
sir, can I?
yeah, and they're all 100 quid each. Everybody pays the same, and nobody gets anything. And then you come up and you put up like this like hipster, you know weird building with all the weird angles,
It's
Feng
pool.
shuied up
it's
and
Yeah,
it's
everything's
the
it's like
whole
eating
build
sushi from
the
a
whole
chicken's ass.
the whole building is shaped like a hashtag.
It's trying to appeal to the youth.
it's I would say it's basically yeah, it's hash
And then all
ish.
the flat spots are just set up for people to play hacky sack.
No, it's
And
more
like there's a
hash.
bunch of bean bags.
And their
and
It's
then
more
craft
there's
hash
open
ish.
poetry nights.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah,
and vegan
yeah.
food.
Only vegan
It's
food may be delivered to
Only
this place.
Only
all right,
vegan.
Mr. Chronic. So so basically, yeah. So you put that up
It's
there,
called
and
Safe Space Towers.
yeah, it's safe space
Hey man, do you
towers.
want some soy chips?
Got some
I
dehydrated
made
lima
it
beans.
myself.
And then you have, Wayne's building with 10 Idris with Uzis outside of it.
Yeah.
Wow.
Of course, you would be able to charge more for yours. It's not like it's rent for rent. It's rent for what is equivalent to each other. So if you would put
Hmm.
up a luxury apartment in
Right.
in there that it has some validity for you taking $130,000 a month rent, you will be able to do that. But if
Hmm.
you build on public subsidies,
Yeah.
you
There's
will
your
not
point.
be able to do that. So,
There you go.
but because millionaires do not go out and rent apartments, dude. They do not go into a feng shui fucking jack off,
Right.
rolling around a roller skate and rent.
Right.
They take their Ferraris into a bought garage so they can sit there and sip. I don't know what kind of martini hipsters have these
Prosecco.
days. And prosecco.
Wow, there's another burn.
There we go.
Val.
Wow.
Prosecco.
You see, basically, what Zartan is
Yeah.
advocating is his champagne socialism.
Yeah. So no, but the point I'm trying to make to you is that there is a difference, because the people that Mike is referring to is not the people who rent an apartment, who need an apartment in
Yeah.
an urban area, right? But the people that needs these apartment to actually get the people that Mikey wants to buy an apartment, right?
Hmm.
Because it's a symbiosis. You can't only
Yeah.
have millionaires, because
Let
who's going to
me
make the money for the millionaires?
let me interject with this. There is a perfect way of this happening within, like, in social housing. Now, I do a lot of jobs within social housing, and I remember this is going back a bit, because this was when Boris Johnson was mayor of London, and he lived in this townhouse in Islington that had a camera on his house all the time to make sure he was safe and everything. 4 houses away was a block of social housing where there were 1-bedroom flats. And so Boris Johnson's house is valued at over £1 million. It's right next to the canal in Islington, and 4 houses over, this is a block of social flats. And they're paying £500 a month rent in that block of social flats. The very next block of social flats is private. They're paying £2,000 a month.
Oh wow.
Exactly the same. Exactly the same.
Wow.
Same location. but one is socially housing, like a non-profit, and they use their money that they get from their renters to reinvest in building additional units for social housing. Some are private to be sold off, and again, that's why investors invest in non-profits, because what they do is they just launder their money effectively.
Right.
And yeah, so the problem I have with this lack of rent control is that it means that people can come in and buy up like old industrial plots of land, build massive tower blocks on it, do not need to rent them out, because all they do is they sit there on the money. Because everyone else is doing that, it pushes the price up of these, and they just sell them later on for no one's lived in it. Yeah, we've got a housing shortage in London, well, housing shortage all over the country, but these multi-billionaires can mess around with land that should be owned by the public and just like invest in it, take the money out, and next thing you know, that block of flats is demolished for the next person to come along and do the same thing. That's why I feel that we should have rent caps. And you wouldn't believe how many. I mean, you can Google. I think it's 600,000 units that are empty at the minute in the UK. And how many homeless have we got?
Yeah.
And so yeah, and rent caps make all the sense in the world.
Because of market-based rent. That's why they're empty. So that's why it is. I really, for me, it's a non-issue. It's
a no-brainer. It's a no-brainer.
Right.
Yeah, it's like why we shouldn't have Nazis in Parliament. It's a bad thing. We settle it. Like
Maybe.
the whole market-based rent, it doesn't work. Nothing that is market-based has ever worked for the majority.
No,
because the majority isn't rich.
It's not meant to.
Market-based means that somebody makes money out of something, and it's not the majority; it's a minority that makes the money, and the majority needs to pay.
Which are trickle-down economics.
Exactly.
Sorry, I had to throw that in.
Or as I would call it, trickle-down Trump economics.
Trumponomics, yeah, it's a lot.
Well, guys, it looks like
we have made our end. I appreciate you playing the game with me. It was a good time. It's the first time that we actually done an entire episode about Sweden. Which where I live.
I learned a lot about like your parliament setup is very obviously
stupid.
It's very different from here in the US because we basically have a two-party system and that's all we've got. So like I and then understanding the difference between what a liberal is versus what a social democrat is versus what a centrist and a moderate, and what the hell is going on with everything. I have no idea. So it's good to learn a little something about what's going on over there. And thank you for actually sharing with us. I appreciate it.
And there have been several loud voices in the chat. I will send out links to everybody for the after show, and you guys can come in and tell us on what we may have missed or give us your insights on those things.
Yes, please do.
The thing is, like, if we don't have these discussions, then where do we end up? We end up with people like Boris Johnson. Carpe diem. Your fault. No.
So, ladies and gentlemen, this has been the BinPodcast Swedish edition, talking about Parliament and rent and all that. Wayne, as our Prime Minister, no, as our leftist, Mikey, as our Prime Minister, and our centrist Brenna, I thank you so much. This has been the BinPodcast. I thank you. I bid you good night. Peace.
Bye.
And Hassan Piker still sucks.
No.
I didn't say fuck.